Hello students, I am Mrs. Renu Saxena and I welcome you all on the e-learning platform of STBA. In this lecture, we will be going to start the second chapter of Business Studies, that is Principles of Management. It is often said that famous personalities have some principles in their life. Ratan Tata is known for never giving up on values. These principles are the guidelines for the managers. Toyota Motor Company, they also have some business principles. They have a corporate atmosphere where they work with team spirit and respect among the employees and the workers. So, first let's understand the definition of principles of management. Principles of management are the broad guidelines. These help the managers in taking decision. These management principles, they help the manager in achieving their goals. Management principles differ from the pure science principles, as we have studied from childhood days that these principles of science, they are very rigid in nature. It means they are applied everywhere. But management principles, they are very flexible in nature. As they deal with human behavior, and human behavior is very flexible. Now, in this chapter, we will be learning the principles that are framed by Henry Fayol and F.W. Taylor. Let's first understand the background history of Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol is known as the father of general management. He was born in France in 1841. He did his mining engineering in 1860. He was promoted as the general manager in a company which was undergoing in a phase of liquidation, insolvency. Applying these principles in that company, he overtook the company from the stage of insolvency. He is known as the father of general management. He is the first person, he was the first to identify the various functions of management, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. And he has given the 14 principles of management. Students, let us go through these 14 principles. These 14 principles of management are division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, centralization and decentralization, unity of direction, scalar chain, stability of tenure, principle of remuneration, principle of order, principle of initiative, subordination of individual interest to general interest, principle of equity and principle of esprit de corps. So students, as we have seen that Henry Fayol has given 14 principles of management. These principles, when applied in an organization, will definitely help the managers in achieving their objectives. So students, let's first understand the first principle of Henry Fayol, that is division of work. As per Henry Fayol, he said, whenever a work has been given it should be divided into number of units, or it should be divided into smaller tasks. What will happen if the whole work is divided into smaller units according to the capability, according to the qualification and experience of the employee? It will always be done in a better manner. If a work has been given to an experienced person who has already done this work, what will happen? He will do that work in a more comfortable manner. He will do that work efficiently and effectively. अगर एक काम किसी एक एम्प्लॉय को दिया गया है जो उस काम में एक्सपीरियंस्ड है, ऐसा काम अगर उसको हम बार बार देते हैं, व्हाट विल हैपन? एक तो वो गलती कम करेगा, सेकेंडली वो अपने काम को effectively करेगा with proper utilization of resources. Henry Fayol has given few positive effects of this principle. The positive effect of division of work is it will lead to specialization. How it will lead to specialization? Because the work has been given according to the qualification of the employee. Second positive effect is it will improve the efficiency. It will improve the efficiency of the employee because he after doing the work again and again and again, he will get experience in this work. So I think so this first principle, that is division of work, is very clear to you all. Students, let's do the second principle. The second principle is unity of command. This principle insists on one boss, on one individual. According to this principle, Fayol insisted that there should be one superior to each subordinate. He means to say that there should be authority and responsibility relationship. The subordinate should always be clear to whom he has to report, and the superior should always know to whom he has to give the authority. It means authority and responsibility relationship should be very clear. For example, if the workers who are working in the production manager, they have been given an order from the production department that they have to reduce their production unit as they have to check on the quality, and on the other hand, if they are getting the instructions from the sales department also that they have to increase the sales so as to get their outputs. They have to cover their targets. So in that case, an employee will get confused कि वो किसके ऑर्डर सुने, वो प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट के, प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर के इंस्ट्रक्शंस को फॉलो करके प्रोडक्शन के लाइन को स्लो करे, या सेल्स मैनेजर के इंस्ट्रक्शंस को सुन के उसको इंक्रीज करे. सो इट विल ऑलवेज क्रिएट अ chaos like condition in the organization. There will be ego clashes among the superior. Both the superiors, both the manager, either it is the production manager and or it is the sales manager, they will always have ego clashes. उनको ये लगेगा कि एम्प्लॉइज ने प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर की बात सुननी है, सेल्स की नहीं सुनी है, सेल्स को लगेगा कि मेरी सुननी, प्रोडक्शन को लगेगा मेरी. सो देयर विल ऑलवेज बी अ ईगो क्लैशेस बिटवीन देयर सुपीरियर. It will always improve the effectiveness in the organization as there will be a clear reporting relationship. The positive effect of this principle, if applied in the organization, will remove the confusion. The second positive effect there will be a discipline in the organization. Moving towards the third principle given by Fayol is unity of direction. This principle insists on one unit, one plan. Here, one unit, one plan means there are different departments in an organization. as we know, there is a production department, there is a sales department, there is a finance department, there is a marketing department. Each and every department, they have their individual goals. But what they have to think for one unit, that is their organization. Their individual goals can be different, but they have to move towards the achievement of the organizational goals. So FIOL insisted that we have, in this principle, there should be only one goal of each and every member, each and every employee, that is achievement of the organizational goal. This principle will always leads to coordination, because each and every member and each and every employee, they will work in a coordinated manner to achieve that organizational goal. The positive effect of this principle will be, if this principle is applied in any organization, achievement of goals can be met, and efforts of employees, they will be get unified, there will be a mutual trust, there will be a mutual bonding to achieve that organizational goals. Students, I hope these principles which we have done today, that is unity of direction, unity of command and division of work, is very clear to you all. Students, in our next lecture, we will be discussing few more principles. Thank you.
So students, just have a look on this. This was the second chapter that we have done, Principles of Management. This is the definition of Principles of Management. The way management principles are different from pure science principles is also mentioned. This is the background history of Henry Fayol. The 14 principles of management given by Henry Fayol. Principle of division of work. The positive effects of this principle. Principle of unity of command. The positive effects of this principle if applied in an organization. The principle of unity of direction. The positive effects of this principle. Thank you.